Call of Duty Modern Warfare in 2019 delivered a very different take on the franchise, introducing a year of memorable moments like the Nuke event and Haunting of Verdansk, and kicked off the free-to-play Warzone, all while gathering a whole new Call of Duty fanbase. With Modern Warfare 2 finally here, here's everything you need to know. Modern Warfare 2 picks up the plot 3 years after the end of Modern Warfare 2019, when Captain Price formed Task Force 141 and stopped a nuke launch in Verdansk. It's a sequel to the reboot rather than a remake of the original Modern Warfare 2, so we don't know exactly how it will play out this time. Fingers crossed that Ghost doesn't get absolutely fragged again though. Many familiar faces return, such as Soap, Gaz, Ghost, and Price, and there are some new faces, like Colonel Alejandro Vargas. The story involves the usual globe-trotting special operations you'd expect from Call of Duty, with a few new things to consider. Many of the missions are inspired by fan-favorite Call of Duty levels such as All Gilded Up, and the plot involves an American strike on a high-level foreign general, resulting in that hostile country contracting out worldwide retaliation through the Los Alamos drug cartel based in Mexico. Now, Spec Ops did not have a lot of details until now, with the COD folks sending us a bunch of deets on what you can expect with the revamped game mode. For example, additional special ops missions will arrive as raids in Season 1. There will be 3 featured missions at launch, all taking place in Al Mazrah, the new Warzone map. There's Bad Situation, which is a stealth mission. You'll infiltrate a town at night for intel and evidence, all by Al-Qatala. There's Vehicle Escape, where you'll navigate through winding streets of a suburb, trying to destroy SAM turrets. And Observatory Defense, a survival mission where you defend the observatory from increasingly difficult waves of enemies trying to detonate bombs. Operators can spend cash to get items like killstreaks, self-revive kits, and armor plates. The operators in Spec Ops will have access to a backpack as well to store equipment and use one of 3 kits similar to multiplayer perk packages, which are assault, medic, or engineer based. Each has their own playstyles and sets of pros and cons, as you might imagine. You can level up these kits by earning stars through missions and mission-related challenges. Activision strongly recommends you complete all 3 missions with max stars and to have at least 1 kit leveled up to rank 5 before the raids are introduced in Season 1. Which, by the way, raids being part of Spec Ops are a direct continuation of the campaign. If you decide a pre-order is right for you, players can get through the campaign a week before the full launch, guilt-free that they didn't fall behind in multiplayer. Now, alright, we know you came here for the guns, so let's talk about the new ways Gunsmith works. Weapons are grouped into platforms now, with the receiver being the base of weapon trees. By leveling the receiver and adding attachments within a single tree, you can build an SMG, LMG, battle rifle, sniper rifle, or some monstrosity in between. Fair warning, the system was buried under a few menus in the beta. Also keep in mind that there are weapon-specific attachments and universal attachments. Universal attachments only need to be unlocked once, and then they can be used across multiple platforms, eliminating some repetitive grinding. Weapon-specific attachments are designed to make each platform take on more unique roles. Weapon blueprints also make a return, or players can buy weapon vaults, which get you every attachment and new cosmetic appearance for a platform. Also, you can test your builds before going head-to-head with other players' best meta-leading creations at the offline firing range, which spots 3 firing lanes, a climbing area, and targets at different distances. Oddly enough, a lot of the new gear does feel inspired by Rainbow Six Siege, like networked cameras, drill charges, and decoys. The important thing to note is that the sandbox from 2019 is still here, with multiple test videos already done by the community and us. Check out our 18 things you didn't know about Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer to see what we mean. Now, multiplayer has a lot of customization options this time around, with PC sporting something along like, 500 adjustments, as well as ultra-wide support. Console fans, including the previous gen, will have a FOV slider this time around. The game is also crossplay, so it remains to be seen if this gives PC players an advantage. Now, there's so much to talk about with multiplayer this time around, so let's start with battle maps. Modern Warfare 2019 leaned heavily into ground war, and large-scale 32 vs 32 player battles return. But ground war is now only one of the modes under battle maps. In the beta, we already saw another mode called Invasion, which pitted teams of players and bots against each other, And by the time Warzone launches, you'll probably be familiar with many of its locations like Seraph Bay from the beta. In fact, battle maps are intentionally meant to test Warzone 2.0 points of interest ahead of launch. In battle maps, every building can be explored, and several of the modes involve bots, with developers suggesting it's possible they can go up to 300 bots with 100 players at some point. The vehicle roster has been expanded with multiple types of quads, cars, armored trucks, heavy and light tanks, helicopters, and even boats. The largest transport, the heavy chopper, has an interior that players can walk around and fight out of. Players have more interactions with vehicles this time around, including the ability to lean out, destroy parts such as blowout tires, which impacts handling, and mantle or hang off them. Another unique aspect of battle maps is how many of the new tacticals, lethals, and field upgrades were designed with combined arms and water combat in mind. Many gadgets have alternate modes and behavior, such as how proximity mines float, inflatable decoys strike a swimming pose, DDoS and shock sticks will shut down some vehicles, and trophy systems will stick to vehicles in order to stop incoming projectiles on the move. Core maps consist of tighter 6v6 engagements, but despite being described as more straightforward, we found they were still fairly large in the beta, with a lot of different routes through them and plenty of vertical space. Core maps sport a few competitive no respawn modes such as Knockout, where teams need to hold a bag for 60 seconds or eliminate the enemy team to win. There's also Prisoner Rescue, where one team scores points by rescuing 2 hostages, while the other team tries to eliminate them. The usual suspects also return here, like Domination, TDM, and Hardpoint. Third-person mode is there for many of these modes and adds some flavor, like shoulder swapping, but it doesn't significantly change how the rounds play out, because players can still go to first person when aiming down sights. Now, Warzone 2.0 is free to play and releases on November 16. A few weeks after the campaign and multiplayer, Al Mazrah runs on the same engine and mechanics as multiplayer and is a complete reboot, with the first Warzone remaining its own experience. That also means that your previous Warzone skins, guns, and purchases won't carry over. Al Mazrah is the biggest Call of Duty map in the franchise with 18 points of interest, and because of that, sports a new multi-circle close mechanic, with players needing to win within several individual circles before they close down and they all fight in the final circle. It can support up to 150 players with additional AI. Loadout drops have been replaced by the shop, which are buy stations where you can buy more stuff than the first Warzone, which includes weapons and your own Gunsmith creations. When purchased, they replace your entire looted inventory, and this also continues to be where you buy squad mates back. AI is a big part of Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone features, with both bots scattered around the map and strongholds, which are areas full of tougher AI combatants guarding higher tier loot. Bots will not chase you though, so you can fight or ignore them. If you die during a match, you will go to the new Gulag, which is modeled much closer to the previous gunfight mode in Modern Warfare 2019 than the current Warzone's Gulag. Teams of 2 start with nothing and loot the area before either winning to gain a second chance back to the Warzone map or getting knocked out of the round. The Gulag also has a tough AI boss called the Jailer, who can show up, and if both teams cooperate to take them down, well, that means that both teams can go back to the Warzone match. Players keep any gear found in the Gulag so they don't drop back onto the main map a sitting duck. Now, not a lot has been said about DMZ yet. It's a mysterious mode that we know to be a extraction mode, and it seems to have a gear collection mechanic, and rumors still have it pegged as a potential Escape from Tarkov style freeform mode, but we'll have to wait and see. Very little has been confirmed about Modern Warfare 2 post-launch. Warzone, of course, will have a number of seasons as expected. Activision has been rumored to be looking into moving away from the yearly Call of Duty cycle, which would mean more than a year of DLC for Modern Warfare 2. But only if that winds up being true. They have said that premium Call of Duty content will come out in 2023, so we just don't know yet. Other rumors and speculation hint at older Modern Warfare 2 maps being released post-launch, but none of this is confirmed. The dev blog described it as a years-long journey to come with our players. Now, Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone are multi-platform releases, including PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and PC, including Steam, by the way. It supports crossplay and cross-progression. Now this time around, there is a multi-week launch with early access campaign on October 20th, a full launch on October 28th, a Warzone 2.0 and DMZ launch on November 16th, and raids are coming with Season 1 starting December 14th. Whew, that was an intense amount of information, so most importantly, don't forget to have fun and stick around for upcoming reviews, test videos, and guides. Keep an eye out for videos from myself and our other COD experts on staff, Aaron Sampson and Jake Decker. I'm David, and I'll see y'all out there in battle. Thanks for watching.